So we've just pulled into the gas station at Chicken, and it says out of gas. I don't know if you can see that sign to the right hand side of the car. It says out of gas. They've only got diesel. We're not going to get to Dawson City on this tank. So, where are we going in this video? Well, yeah, we did go to Chicken.
That was a very poor impersonation.
It was.
Impersonation? I'm not trying to impersonate a chicken.
It's a funny story about why it's called Chicken. We'll come to that later. Anyway, we left Donnelly Campground.
Yep.
I mean, actually, the first thing we saw was a really good viewpoint for the pipeline, wasn't it?
It was, actually, yes.
One of the best pictures we've got of it.
Yeah, the pipeline, I assume originally the road probably went underneath it, but where they changed the road, they'd actually made the pipeline go underneath the road. They'd obviously raised the road at that particular point and made the pipeline just disappear underneath the road and then come back up the other side. There's good information there on the pipeline.
Yeah, we got a good picture. And then off we went to Tok. So,
well, Delta Junction, filled up with fuel.
Went by Delta Junction.
Then on to Tok, which was the Alaska Highway.
Which really, it was
just straight.
It was straight. There was a couple of minor bends in it.
Yeah, you measured it, didn't you? There was something like 20 miles between one bend to the next or something.
We did. I think it was more than that. I think we did something like 30-something miles without turning a corner.
Yeah.
It was just bonkers.
Then you had one very slight corner and then another straight for another 10, 15 miles, whatever.
It was really funny. But
it was
we did get a stonking photo there, didn't we? We've just stopped for a view of that photo of that view. It's absolutely stunning. Dead straight road into the snowy mountains. Gorgeous.
Yep, and then we got into Tok.
Going to Tok.
And you started doing your hangry bit because you were getting hangry.
I was so tired again. I needed feeding, I needed resting.
Yeah.
So we went to Fast Eddie's, didn't we?
We went to Fast Eddie's, which apparently is the best joint in town.
Yeah.
I have to say I wasn't overly impressed, but it was still a nice burger. I've had better burgers.
I thought it was quite nice until somebody said, "Oh, I've heard such great reviews about that," and I thought, well, it wasn't that nice.
No.
It was okay. It was okay. It fed us, and it wasn't horrible when it was nice. But that's as far as I'd go with that.
Yep.
And we found a campsite while we were there, didn't we?
Yeah, it was about 1.5 miles out of Tok, on the road to Anchorage. But there was a campsite called Sourdough. We chose a pitch which supposedly would be close enough to the Wi-Fi, but it wasn't. And we were there for 2 days. Got some laundry done.
Decided to have a second night there, so we had a whole day off.
Got
the laundry done, did some editing and stuff.
Yeah. It's just a nice break.
Just chilled out, really.
And then someone decided to take the helmet apart.
My pin lock wasn't working. It wasn't sealed to the inside of the helmet. It was full of dust, and I couldn't see a thing.
So you took the whole thing apart. You even took the washers out.
I googled, and it said what to do. So I did. I took the whole helmet apart to give it a good clean. And it's had a good clean, and it's all fixed. It's back together.
It was because I put it back together.
Because I asked you, why are we arguing?
But argue, I'm just saying.
I asked you to put the pin lock
put it
back in because
together.
I can't be doing with pin locks because I've never had one that actually works properly, and I've had many people look at it and adjust it, and they've never worked 100%. So I said
So
to
what you mean is you want me to put it in so you can then blame me
no,
when it doesn't
because I
work?
can't do it. So I asked you to put the pin lock in. You decided to put the whole helmet back together. So
Yeah.
if you didn't like doing that, own problem. I was going to do that because I knew I've done it a few
Okay.
times. Anyway,
So yes, overnight on the second
day we're
night.
gonna leave,
Yeah, day
yeah.
we were going to leave overnight. It rained quite heavily, which was very nice in the tent. And but poor old
Ice Bear and Pingu.
Ice Bear and Pingu, yes, they looked a little bedraggled in
They
the
got
morning.
another drenching and shower.
Yes, they did. And they looked even more grumpy than I was.
Your bear looks grumpy anyway.
Yeah,
It's a good fit with you.
that's the reason why I bring them along. So yeah, then it was back onto the Alaska Highway, a little bit down the road, and we turned left onto the Taylor Highway.
Yes, and the road to Chicken, and some great views along there.
Yes, and it was tarmac. We were all thinking, well, what's the problem with this road? Yeah, the tarmac was broken up a bit. There were a few potholes.
What's a pothole?
It was a
between
bit
friends.
undulating, but no, the road was fine, wasn't it?
Stonking views though.
Great views,
All the time, great views.
brilliant views, and we thought, yeah, we'll enjoy this. And then we'd just gone through some road construction work, and then suddenly I shouted, "There's a moose!
Moose!
I built this!"
Moose! Sorry. Did we just do that on camera?
Yes, we did just do that on camera. That's what goes
it.
through our heads in the helmets all the
Forever
time.
saying that.
I know.
It was an advert, wasn't it?
Yes.
So anybody not British may not understand
No.
that.
There's a moose loose about this.
I don't even know what the advert was for.
I think it was a pot of moose, which is like.
But moose for what? For your hair?
No,
Moose to eat?
no, to eat. That's what I mean. It was a pot of moose to eat.
Oh, okay. Anyway, it'd be lost on anybody that's not British properly or hasn't seen British TV.
So anyway, we saw a moose.
We saw a moose.
And we even have evidence that we saw
moose.
a moose.
Our second moose.
Second moose, yes.
Yeah. Moosey, moosey, look at the camera. Thank you. And then shortly after the moose, the road did turn unpaved then.
It did
started
turn
getting
unpaved.
a bit sort of, oh, here we go.
Here we go, and then next thing we know, we come over the top and drop down into this valley, and there's chicken.
There's a chicken.
It really was. There's a chicken.
Yeah. Chicken's a funny old place.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the 2020 census, the population was 12.
Yep.
Obviously, there's more people there in the summer because there's cafes, well, a cafe to run and gift shop and things like that, but they won't be open in the winter because the road's not maintained in the winter from October to March, was it? So you can only fly in.
Yeah, and what I like is how chicken got its name. Because of the gold rush, the post office needed to have a name of the place.
Well, when the post office opened.
For the post office when it opened.
In about 1902
because the place was, I want to say plagued, not plagued. There were lots of ptarmigan around. But people couldn't agree how to spell ptarmigan or even spell it. So someone came up with the name with chicken.
Yeah, they couldn't spell ptarmigan, so they called it chicken.
So they called it chicken.
Everyone could spell chicken.
Everyone could spell and say chicken and know exactly where it is.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
Here we are at Chicken. Everyone's got to come to Chicken. And there's more there. Get away from the sun. Lots of chicken places. Not a cool spot really. And there's the chicken made by children from the local school out of their old school lockers. The old metal school lockers.
Chicken was a centre for the gold rush. Miners used to come through and do all kinds of mining, and there was enough gold there that they actually put a dredge. They moved a dredge in, and just very briefly, but the dredge works that you have to build a pit for it, fill it with water. The dredge effectively floats. You have to prepare the land in front of the dredge, and the dredge goes along digging its own lake at the front end, sifting out all the gold. All the rubbish goes out the back end and creates a bank behind. When it reaches the other side of the lake, they move the cables and it moves back across. So the lake and the dredge actually move down the valley.
And I'm a bit obsessed by toilets. And before this trip I did say I was going to write a book about toilets, whether that ever emerges or not. However, so pit toilets have been the thing so far, but these were the best pit toilets I've ever seen. This is a very posh pit toilet. Look at that. Look at that. We've got liner on the floor, we've got liner on the seat. We have the stacked pipe with hardly any smell. Little coat hook for your coat. And lovely posh toilet paper. What's not to like? A1 pit toilet, this one. Oh yeah. I told you they were the nicest pit toilets. Look, they even do a postcard for them. Haha. Who knew? What are you eating then? What have you got?
So very nice. Cinnamon and something out of the bun. Scone.
I've got a very interesting mushroom tea. So that's probably funny mushrooms. Arctic funny mushrooms. Be high as a kite later. You can't. Very nice. One thing we have noticed in Alaska, everything's throwaway. You don't get plates. Look, that's in a piece of cling film. There's no plate to put on. Actually no, throwaway cup. So is the coffee. And yesterday, where were we yesterday? We had something to eat. Oh, it was at the campsite cafe, the sourdough campsite cafe. We had a meal in their cafe for supper last night. Plastic knives and forks. Throwaway, everything's throwaway. Paper plates, everything just went in the bin afterwards. I think the problem up here is water. There just isn't the water to run dishwashers, washing up. It must be cheaper to use one-use plastics. What do you think? Do you think it's because of water situation?
Yes.
Okay. Never asked a closed question on an interview. Would you like to expand further? No. What is it about the water that you think?
It's scarce. The water's scarce, it's not piped.
And then it was time to leave Chicken, and we thought, well, we'll fill up because there's no fuel between here and Dawson.
To be fair, actually,
City.
we'd already left Chicken, and it was only half a mile down the road. We suddenly
I
thought,
thought,
we need
should
fuel.
we have filled up there? We forgot because we're not going to have enough to get to Dawson City.
So we thought, okay, we best go back.
Turn round.
Found the fuel pump.
So we've just pulled into the gas station at Chicken, and it says out of gas. I don't know if you can see that sign to the right hand side of the car. It says out of gas. They've only got diesel. We're not going to get to Dawson City on this tank. We have got some in a jerry can, but it will be tight, so we're just wondering what to do. I think we do just have to go for it and see what happens and drive conservatively. I have a feeling this is mostly a gravel road, so it's going to use up more fuel, typically. Yeah. We shall see what happens. So this could be an interesting day now.